Jack. We got the
Salutations.
legendary Jack here with us. Jack, how are you?
I am great, my man. Great.
Awesome. Love to hear that. Love to hear that. Dude, look at all those trophies in your room, man.
Dude, I gotta take those down. Those are all like soccer trophies.
You're a
That was
star.
new chapter in my life. That was the last.
Yeah. No worries, man. No worries. Well, hey, thank you so much for taking some time to chat with us today.
Of course.
We're going to have some fun. Just going to talk a little bit about your experience and what it's like working with traffic and funnels in ClientKit. You're also an upper echelon, so we're going to chat a little bit about that too. But first things first, let's kick it off with telling everyone that's going to watch this video a little bit about your business and what you do.
Okay, yeah. So my name is Jack Barrera, and I'm a copywriter who specializes in webinars for high-level coaches and course creators. Just fairly simple, right there.
Wow, that's extremely simple.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Well, tell me, I guess obviously there's a huge difference in the business between where you first started, where you are now. So
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about where you were before working with Chris and Taylor.
Yeah. So I kind of came in into traffic and funnels completely lost. I knew I was a copywriter, didn't know what I was great at. I was just like, hey, if you need like a sales page, if you need an ad, if you need a love letter, like I'm your guy, like let me write it. So I was kind of like all over the place, and obviously didn't lead to anything. And through traffic funnel, through ClientKit, the first module was absolutely revolutionary. That's when you learn your offer, right? You get your avatar down, you get your offer down, and it's just that boom, that clarity, right? And you just know what you're good at. You know what's your secret sauce, and that's what's kind of I've been focusing on throughout this whole process. And that's literally just what gave me the starting gun to getting all kinds of results for myself and my clients. Because not only am I doing what I love, I'm also doing what I'm the best at. So it's just the best of both worlds.
Yeah. Okay, I get that. What was the difference? It sounds like you basically had a really good skill set. You were very talented as a copywriter, but it just wasn't converting. The revenue wasn't showing up. Do you know why that was?
Yeah, so first it was just, like I said, the lack of clarity, not knowing what I was good at, not knowing what was, that X factor to me. And on the other hand, it was just not knowing how to get people to pay attention to me. No one knew me. I literally started Facebook with like 100 friends. All of them were like relatives and like, high school friends. They were nothing like serious. So I had no idea how to grab attention. And the most important fact, right, holding that attention and turning that into clients. So that was the big thing I was completely missing.
Okay, that makes sense. How'd you hear about traffic and funnels? How did we get your attention?
Yeah, so I honestly I really don't know. I don't. I remember seeing one of your ads on Instagram, and I remember the picture. It was a picture of Chris in that really nice suit, and he was smoking that pipe. I think it was that picture got me. I'm like, who the hell is this guy, right? I read the copy. I'm like, interesting. And I saved the post. I didn't click on to watch the webinar. I saved the post, and like 2 weeks later, I see the same ad, and I'm like, oh, I forgot about that. So I watched the webinar. And after watching the webinar, I booked a strategy call. And after doing that, that's, I guess, how you and I ended up talking together. It was just that one ad of Chris smoking a pipe.
Yeah. So you and I had a strategy session. I remember that to this day. I guess what was it that really pushed it over the edge, and you were like, what, working with Taylor and Chris, like this is the move.
Yeah, so like I think I pretty much told you on the call, like it was never like the call was so natural. I never felt like at ease. I like came to the call like worried, like because obviously like you knew my financial situation, like I really didn't know what I was going to do, and I came to the call like worried, like they were just going to push me. I didn't know what to expect. I knew I wasn't going to be like all out sales pitch, but I was worried that like I wasn't going to get any value out of it, and I don't know, like it just felt really natural. And I never expected that. No, I talked to numerous other people. It would probably best not to say the names, but it wasn't a good experience. The calls, and I just felt like you had my best interest at mind. That's what, and like you even said at the end of the call, I was like saying like I'm ready. No, let me come in, and you're like, no, take a time, take a week, talk over with everyone in your family, and like make sure it's the right decision. And in my head, I'm like, who is this guy? I'm ready. Let me come in right now. But you're like, seriously, you're like, no, take the time to think over it. Like this is a really big decision, and at the end of the day, it all worked out at the end. And like I guess it was just that whole factor of my best interest at hand rather than the companies.
Man, that's a powerful distinction because not everyone needs that. Not everyone needs to think about it overnight or go talk with their family. But yeah, for traffic and funnels, absolutely. If that's
Yeah.
what you need, if that's what's in your best interest, then 100%. So that's really cool, man. Okay, well, let's now talk about now that you're like in ClientKit and you're now in upper echelon. So on the backside, I guess, like, how has ClientKit exceeded your expectations?
Exceeded, dude. We were talking on the phone. My goal, like you and me, I was like, dude, if I hit 5K a month, I'm set for my life. Like I'm happy. I'm the happiest as can be, right? I'm so happy if I hit 5K a month. And I was talking with Chris literally, I think yesterday. We were talking about some goal settings, like more mindset. And I told him like last month I didn't hit 30K, right? 35K. That was my goal. And I was pissed off with myself. But at the same time, like it was crazy, just like kind of just looking at things in like perspective. Like my goal was 5K. I blew that out of the water. And now, I'm in the spot where 50K is like the end goal, right? 50K a month. So literally it's just like, it was life changing. I kind of forgot the question what you asked, but hopefully that answers.
Okay, wait. Let's back up real quick. Okay. Your revenue on average per month before working with Taylor and Chris, what was it?
Zero. Donuts.
0. Okay.
Donuts.
And then this past month, your goal was 35K a month.
35K a month.
You didn't hit it. You were
No.
pissed, but you
Yeah.
came in thinking, man, if I hit 5K a month, I'm set.
Oh, golden. Golden. Yeah. Like
Okay.
all of life's fruits and treasures in my hand.
It's all yours.
Yeah.
And now the goal is 50.
Yeah, 50K by 2019. By the end of like 2019, yeah, that's next year. Because right now I want to make sure I get consistent like 40K months before I level up. Because I'm still at Done For You services.
Okay. When did you join ClientKit? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was October 26th.
October 26th. Okay.
Yeah.
$0 per month in revenue on average. What's your average monthly revenue now since joining?
It varies, but right now as we speak, this month probably revenue generated I have 26K. But I got 3 more strategy calls, one today, one follow up, and then another one next week on Tuesday. So yeah, it's pretty good.
Just a normal day. It's a normal
Just
day in the
normal.
life of Jack now.
Just CK things, dude. Just
Just
CK things.
CK things. Okay. Um, dude, what does your family think about that?
Dude, they still don't think I like same thing. It's nothing changed. Like I still don't think it's real. They still don't think it's real. And like I told you before, like they thought I was selling drugs. Like they didn't know. They asked the first thing they asked, like, Is it legal what you're doing?" I'm like, "Yes, it's legal." They're like, "Are you sure?" um, it's still like it's kind of scary because like at the same time like we're still like we I came in at a very rough time with my family, and things still are rough, but it's come to the point where like I'm able to help them, and like we don't need to go to nights thinking if we're gonna lose the house or not. Like we're not in the clear yet, but I'm positive by the end of this year, like our lives will change, and there will be no more worry about like houses, no more worry about like 30K in debt, like stuff like that. Like we're not in the clear yet, but this truly like did give us such a not a small step, but a giant leap towards crossing that finish line.
Yeah, man. I remember our strategy session. You were telling me some of your motivators
Yeah.
for your family to be able to help out, your parents and all of that stuff. That's amazing to see that coming to fruition. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Cool. Okay. Um, let's dive into the dirty now. Um,
Let's do it.
what was one of your biggest struggles? I want to hear. We need to let the people know the real struggles. What was your biggest struggle? What was the breakthrough going through this process?
Yeah, so the biggest struggle was, like I said, the attention kind of thing. That was probably definitely the biggest struggle. Um, I was very consistent with my organic and posting in groups, posting my personal profile, but no traction whatsoever. The biggest struggle was just like trying to hone in my perfect message, my perfect market, and getting attention to come to me. Because I was literally just like scavenging for everyone on Facebook. I was sending out like 10, 20 emails, sometimes a day, cold emails to like these entrepreneurs that need my help. Not like, let's say I send out 100 emails, I probably get like one response. And it's like, no, I'm not interested. So it was the biggest struggle. Definitely was the attention part, getting people to come to me, getting people to see me. And my biggest breakthrough, um, it wasn't like a certain event, right? It wasn't some one thing that completely changed everything. It was just trusting the process, right? Letting the lead indicators catch up because I was doing the right things. Obviously, this doesn't happen overnight, right? I started from zero, and you yourself told me like, hey, you're gonna have to come into the mindset of like you gotta work and work hard, harder than you ever did, and the results will come. We also gotta understand it's not gonna be overnight, right? Because you told me some clients come to CK, they make their first sale in a couple of days, right? The very first day they make a sale. You like told me like that's not you. Like you say you wouldn't be surprised if I didn't make a sale until 60 days in. And I was like, yeah, I'm ready. It's fine. I just want to get in the process. So I guess it wasn't necessarily a breakthrough. The reason why I succeeded was because I kept on going. I didn't stop. Like even if I got zero likes, zero comments, nothing with engagement for 2 weeks straight, I didn't stop. I kept on going. Then finally, right, a month, I think it was a month and like 7 days, I got my first client. I got my first strategy session. So I wouldn't say it was a certain breakthrough. It was just the fact that I kept on going. I didn't stop.
Yeah, it was like the consistency in spite of really things having to catch up, the momentum
Yeah,
cycle having to catch up.
exactly. That's what Taylor was talking about, the mental cycle. Just needing the lead indicators to catch up.
Nice. I like that. Well, what do you think you'd be right now if you hadn't joined ClientKit? If you hadn't been like in close proximity with
Yeah.
Taylor and Chris?
Dude, I don't want to think about that. That's scary. No, really, like I told you, I was making like $0, like nothing, and I had a skill that I knew was needed. I had a skill like that I knew could make millions, and I knew could like rip my family and I out of the trenches. But I was lucky if I was getting like $100 gig, you know. Uh, I'll probably keep on doing the same thing I was doing before, like cold emails, just hoping, crossing my fingers someone would reply. But good thing I didn't because it was going nowhere, you know.
Yeah. Okay, so if you were to come across someone that was like who might have been in that like similar position that you were in, right? What would you say? Like what would you tell them to help them, make the right decision if they're considering working with us?
Yeah. So, I looked at it in two ways. I actually wrote a post about this the other day. It's like, of course, there's going to be risk in everything, right? But you got to look at the two risks. Risk number one was me, staying safe in regards to not investing in myself. But the risk was going months and years with the same struggles my family are experiencing, right? It's going months and years of nothing, no results, because you're doing this, keep on doing the same thing. That was risk number one, and that was unbearable. Risk number two was betting on myself, because I looked at your results. Like I didn't go into strategy session just like blind, right, with a blind eye. I looked at you guys. I looked at the tank page. Like the results blew me away. So I had trust. I believed it was possible. The only hard part was like now it's on me, right? It's gonna be on you. Like they can give you the keys, but it's up to you to work for it and get everything like right. So I would say like you gotta do some soul searching. Like what do you really want? What does it cost to stay in the same place? How much would that affect you? Does that affect loved ones? Affect yourself? Like what do you want for yourself in the future? You know? And if it's the risk of staying in the same spot, staying stuck, is higher than the risk of, taking a leap, then obviously you got to take the leap. Bet on yourselves. Take, I don't know what to say. It's like it has to do with someone like in themselves. Like they have to feel in their gut. If they know they can do it, then they should do it. They should stop making excuses.